So now, I explained to you a shadow of things to come. Now I'm about to explain to you a shadow of kings to come. Put on your spiritual thinking cap. Listen very closely. The scriptures say the Most High wrote the end of the book before he wrote the beginning of the book. What's that thing for? Isaiah 46 and 10, something like that?
46 and 10.
Let's go to that right now. The people have to understand, right? You have been reading this book, but you've not understood how to read the book because you've been reading it carnally. You're going to learn to read it spiritually. Read that for me.
I'm going to start at Isaiah chapter 46 and 9.
Okay.
Because he say, remember. It's documented what happened. So you have to remember by reading this book.
Yes.
Remember the former things of old.
The old things, the things that happened in the past. They mean something. He's telling you, remember, remember, remember.
Don't get tricked again, and again.
Right.
For I am God, and there is none else. I am God, and there is none like me.
He's telling you, he is God, and no one else. We read earlier, he's jealous. So he don't want you giving praise to anybody.
No one else.
Except him.
Didn't Christ say that too?
Yes, he did.
Did they say, Christ, you good master?
Yes.
Christ said, no. Christ was good. But Christ said, get the glory to him.
Give the glory to God. Did you see that? Let's read on.
Verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning.
He declared the end from the beginning. He's telling you. I'm telling you what's going to happen at the end in this book. Read on.
And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done.
They wrote what I'm about to read to you before it actually happened. And if you have your spiritual thinking cap on, you'll be able to see and hear what I'm telling you that the Most High wrote before. Read on.
Saying my counsel shall stand.
His counsel, not the counsel of man, his counsel. Read.
And I will do all my pleasure.
It's going to happen just like he said it's going to happen. All right? Elder,
absolutely.
You get me. 1 Samuel chapter 8.
Right there for you, Elder.
1 Samuel chapter 8.
You're
going to learn really quickly that 1 Samuel is telling you something that nobody has been listening to.
Listen, Israel. Listen.
You're going to start at verse 7.
Everyone watching, listen.
You're going to start at verse 7, and then we're going to drop down.
1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 7. And the Lord said unto Samuel, hearken unto the voice of the people, and that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me. I should not reign over them.
Okay, so what we're talking about here, you had a situation where Samuel got a little older, and he put his sons in charge of Israel, okay? So his sons was wicked, and they was doing a lot of wickedness.
Taking bribes?
Yeah, they was doing all manner of wickedness. But instead of the people saying, hey Samuel, your son's wicked, give us another judge to judge over us, because we can't follow these boys, they wicked. Samuel, righteous man, he would have said, okay, he would have rebuked his boys and he'd have put another judge in charge. But they didn't say that. They said, hey Samuel, we want a king. And the Most High, well, Samuel was mad about it, but he went to the Most High about it. And the Most High said, no, they didn't reject you, they rejected me. And he told Samuel, I want you to go over and tell them what kind of king that they're going to receive. Now, This is a shadow of kings to come. Spiritually, he's telling you the type of king you're gonna have.
He said what you gonna get. You can't change this.
You cannot change it.
He said it. The Most High said this what he's gonna do.
Okay, so let's read verse 10.
1 Samuel chapter 8 verse 10. And Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked of him a king.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you.
Mm-hmm.
He will take your sons
Mm-hmm.
and appoint them for himself,
Mm-hmm.
for his chariots,
Mm-hmm.
and to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariots.
Okay, so that's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful right there.
So we're gonna break down kind of like what that means in a modern day sense. It says he's gonna take your sons and appoint them for himself. All right. He's gonna take your sons and he's gonna appoint his personal assistants, his security, the people. He's gonna have a close circle of people around him. All right. And then it said that he is going to appoint for the chariots and for his horsemen. So now, in war, they had chariots and horsemen.
They sure did.
The main advantage of a chariot and a horseman is they can run over anybody
They charge.
on their feet.
They charge and they keep the pride.
They can overrun, right? So anybody that comes up against that king, they're gonna run over.
Gonna run over.
They're gonna destroy. They're gonna overcome them, flatten them. Anybody that comes up against that king.
It say right there, Elder, and some shall run before his chariots.
Some shall run before his chariot.
We've seen that.
That's the setup crew.
Uh-huh.
That's the diplomat.
Uh-huh.
You understand?
That's a diplomat.
So now,
All hands on deck.
yeah.
Bishop in the house, because they was already expecting.
Now, the setup crew also, they're the guys who solve the problem. They run beforehand. When there's a problem, they go meet the problem. All right? There was this time that I recall when I was at this particular camp. And they had an issue in London.
Yeah, sure did.
And they sent one of these diplomats over to London to get the people in order, to make sure the people understood what was at stake.
Intimidate the people.
And what they could say.
Intimidate the people.
And, you know, they left a couple more of those diplomats over there
Oh my
for
God.
all the many months up to that trial.
Oh my God.
And at the end of the trial, those men stayed over there and made sure those people knew what was required of them.
Directing the people.
Sounds a bit like intimidation.
That is intimidating.
But you know, this book is a real book.
It sure is.
He said some of them gonna run before them chariots. If you saw 300.
Oh yes,
Remember
man.
when the movie first come on, they got the guy coming up, now that black guy coming riding up in there, he got all the crowns of them kings on his horse and all that other stuff. And he get up in there and he tell the king of Sparta to fall back. And my man put that size 14 right in between his chest and kick him in that pit. Those the guys that go before the chariot. You understand?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was what was in the camp that I was in.
Oh man. Sound like a wicked captain.
Everybody has to make their own determination. But let's keep reading.
First Samuel chapter 8 and verse 12. And he will appoint him captains over thousands.
Captains over thousands.
Yeah.
Are there religious organizations with captains in them? Okay. Captains over thousands. This is what the Bible says. This Bible says he's going to appoint this king.
Yes.
That you chose is going to appoint captains.
Don't get mad because we reading out the Bible.
This is the Bible.
This is the Bible.
Captains over thousands.
And captains over 50s.
Captains over 50s.
And he will set them to ear his ground.
They're going to be listening out. We'll explain that. Read on.
And to reap his harvest. And to make his instruments of war. And instruments of his chariots.
Okay.
Oh, man.
That's a lot. So now, let's see if we can't break that down. He said he's going to appoint captains over thousands and captains 50s.
That's what he said.
And he will set them, those captains, to ear his ground.
Watch out for them.
When it says ear that ground, they listening.
They listening.
As we used to say, we got our ear to the ground.
And they on Facebook at
Yes, sir. We got our ear to the ground.
And they on Facebook at them.
Somebody over here made a comment that we don't like. First thing we're going to do, we're going to say, hey, look, that captain going to say, take that comment down. If they don't take that comment down,
what?
they're going to say, hey, unfriend him from social media. Don't talk to him.
Like Facebook and YouTube and all that kind of stuff.
Take him off your social media. We gon' destroy any dissent in this organization. That's their job, to keep their ear to the ground.
Help it, Black Jesus.
But they also have people who, you know how people are.
I do.
Well, I want to move up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let the captain know. Captain, I was on Facebook and I saw such and such put a post up that said this. Now I told him he might not want to put that up.
Stone him.
But he wouldn't listen to me.
Stone him.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, that sound like they crucified.
Crucified.
How dare him.
That's right. That's right. And then it says, they gonna reap the harvest. Now, reaping that harvest.
Oh, man.
Now, some people ain't gonna like this.
Who cares?
But
everything about to end anyway. Go ahead, Elder.
reaping that harvest. What's a harvest? That's doggone that money, that wealth, all of that stuff coming in, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the captain's gonna be responsible for creating the wealth for the organization.
I heard about this place. They went to Tabernacle. And they had this what that place? A street or wall or something like that. They read a street or wall. And they started selling
black. Street wall, was it black?
It was something like that. It was Purple Street or something like that.
Okay.
Well, anyway, they was out there charging the people, paying for items. I heard that they charged twice as much for the lot and a little bit more for the lot, per lot. That's what they did, and Lord have mercy. And I heard that somebody had a generator, and they let somebody use it, and they was in the dark. These people was out there in the dark, and this man let them use a generator, and their big boss, the king. You said king, right?
Yeah.
So they okay. He was in a latrine as big as one of them tiny homes.
Wow.
Just to take a
his own private bathroom.
Yeah, because when I was in the military,
Okay.
And this guy, this colonel, the colonel said, I'm going to take a shower wherever my folks are,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna eat with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use the barrel with them,
Mm-hmm.
because those are my folks.
Right.
That's
Whatever
how
they
he was.
get, he gonna
And
get. He
yes.
not gonna elevate himself.
No.
Now that's the regular army.
Yeah, that's the regular one.
Oh, okay.
Well, some folk call him the devil,
Oh, okay.
but he wasn't like that.
So even
Yeah.
those people that they call the devil
Mm-hmm.
had sense enough to know
Mm-hmm. Not
that
to
they
mistreat.
had to treat the people
Yes.
with dignity.
Yes.
But
Yes.
these people you talking about,
Uh-huh.
they elevated themselves above the people
Mhm.
and treated the people like
Mhm.
garbage.
Like garbage.
Okay.
I heard that some folk were cooking for them. They were going around hungry.
Well,
That's what you about to get on there.
we about to get into
all
it
right.
a little bit.
'Cause
what this creating wealth thing, I wanna focus on that for a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
because this is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're responsible. These captains are responsible for creating wealth
Mm-hmm.
for the organization.
Mm-hmm.
They monetize the events. For instance, Passover, tabernacles.
Mm.
Okay, if they're having, depending on what the denomination is, they having a Christmas pageant or whatever they're doing.
I agree.
Regardless, this person
Uh-huh.
is responsible
So I get
for
what you're doing.
setting it up.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Elder. So these are mandatory, because Deuteronomy 16, we don't have to go there. Deuteronomy 16 say you supposed to go there, the male's supposed to go there at least
3 times out the year.
3 times out the year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's mandatory days that they go to,
Mm-hmm.
and these people making money off of that.
They're monetizing these events,
Oh my God.
but they do more than that.
Oh my God.
They have these things.
They
called-
jack them up.
Yes,
Wow.
they have these things called fundraisers,
Uh-huh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess how nice they are to these people.
Mm.
They say, hey,
Mm.
we're gonna raise some money.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna allow you to go and buy the water or Gatorade or whatever. And we're gonna allow you
Mm.
to donate it to us.
You know what my daughter say? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That's what she said when she was a little child. No, he didn't.
Yes, they did.
Oh my God.
And also, after we allow you to donate that stuff to us
Mm-hmm.
at your cost,
So,
we're gonna allow you
uh-huh.
to take the items that you donated,
Uh-huh.
and we'll allow you to go sell them.
Oh my God.
But there's a special prize that you get in the end.
What is it?
You get to give them the money.
Oh man. You mean they're gonna take the Gatorade or the item they buy to sell on the street, and then you donate it to them,
Yes.
and then they pimp you to sell it too. And they get the proceeds.
They get the
Well, that's double
proceeds.
pimping, ain't it?
Won't that be great?
Man, that sounds like
Yes.
Pharisees to me. I read about the Pharisees in the
Yes.
Bible. That sounds like the Pharisees to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? But
Okay.
there's more.
Mm-hmm.
It says something about they're going to make instruments of war.
Mm-hmm.
So what these captains
Mm-hmm.
or leaders
Mm-hmm.
are responsible for,
Mm-hmm.
they're responsible. The weapons, the instruments of war
Mm-hmm.
are the men.
Oh.
So they're going to set up a mechanism
Uh-huh.
to train these men in the doctrine
Mm-hmm.
to war for them.
Oh.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
They're going to make instruments of war and
That
chariots.
sounds like sorcery.
Because whenever somebody comes out to their camp
Mm-hmm.
and they have a question or inquiry about the scriptures,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to roll right over them if they
Oh.
say anything other than what their king has ordained to be his law.
Oh man.
See that?
I see.
Okay. So,
Wow.
okay.
Mm.
So let's go on to the next one.
Whew.
This one here is this one's kind of particular.
I kind of feel sorry for them folks.
You should. But the Most High,
Mm.
he don't. Because they chose the king.
Oh my God. They
You
chose.
hear? Most High don't care nothing about those people
Oh,
because
man.
they chose their king
Mm.
instead of him.
Mm. Mm.
Let's read on.
1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 13.
Verse 13.
And he will take your daughters
The daughters.
to be confectionaries, and to be cooks, and to be bakers. Oh my God.
Confectionaries.
What's that?
Cooks.
Oh.
Confectionaries make those little like dainty candies and stuff like that.
I see.
Chocolate
Gotcha.
confectionaries.
Gotcha.
and all
Gotcha.
that stuff.
So,
So basically, he's saying that this king is going to use the women in the kitchen. They're going to take all those women and they're going to assign them to the kitchen.
you know what, Elder? I heard about this. I knew this guy that said this about this camp or whatever they call it. They used to keep the people there until they got the kitchen ready to serve the people the food. That's
So
what
that they can sell it to them?
Yeah, they said they could sell it to them. So they was okay.
But it goes even further than that.
Okay.
It's specifically talking about that woman.
That woman.
Because you were speaking about the Passovers and the tabernacles, right?
Pentecost.
So at those tabernacles, the women, they had their own personal cooks and bakers.
Oh.
You see how this line up?
I see what you're saying now.
They had their personal cooks, right? And those women would provide meals for the leadership.
So what happened to the husband and the children? To go there with tabernacle.
They got an old saying from where I'm from. It goes something like, "It sucks to be you."
Wow.
For those children
Wow.
and those husbands.
Wow.
Because the priority was the leadership.
So these men wives was over there cooking for their leadership.
And their children
Walking around.
and husbands were hungry.
Were hungry. I see.
And not taken care of.
Oh my God.
Ain't that something?
That's something.
That Bible is so. I think the Bible done came alive.
1 Samuel chapter 8 and verse 14. And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants.
Right. 15.
And he will take the tenth of your seed and your vineyards and give it to his officers.
Oh, I like that. Now, that basically is saying that the people gonna give money. And the money is gonna benefit the people in leadership.
Oh.
So let's say, for instance, let's say you barely can get by. But you miss every Wednesday of eating. Fast on Wednesday, so you ain't got to buy nothing. To save that money up for the next 4 or 5 months, so that you can buy this expensive garment that they're gonna sell, right? Or you go and you fast every other Tuesday.
That sounds like pimping to me.
For a year,
But that's pimping
so
to
you
me.
can save up for this trip on a cruise, right? So you got that money. Right? Or you save up your money for this particular feast of tabernacle or whatever, right? So that you can attend that. But you know some of them leadership folks, them high-end leadership folks, they ain't gonna pay for that garment.
Oh, man.
They're not gonna pay for that trip on that cruise.
Oh, man.
And they ain't paying for their lot at the feast.
Oh,
Ain't that something? Well, they say rank has its privileges, but that's what the Most High just said. That's how your king is going to treat you. Y'all see that?
That's it. That's right. It's in the Bible.
Well, let's see if we can go to the next one here. Verse 16.
1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 16. And he will take your manservants and your maidservants and your goodliest young men and your asses and put them to work.
He gonna put them to work. Another way of saying put to work is put your work in. Mean the same thing. You a slave.
You're a slave.
You gonna do what I need you to do, and I'm not going to pay you.
I was shopping one day, and I seen some guys doing it. They were handing out flyers and stuff, and
yeah,
they oh man, they looked so sad.
So now you was talking about that street with the wall, the black street with the wall,
Yeah.
that they generally
I call it Purple Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Pharisees wore purple, you know. They marked Christ with purple, so they yeah.
The street with the wall.
Yeah.
Now, don't they require the people to go out there and spend the day setting it up and selling to the people? They working these people from sun up to sundown.
So what you saying? They working the people, the congregation.
Yes.
While they supposed, because tabernacle is basically, you said tabernacle, it's basically a celebration.
Tabernacle.
But they out there working.
Yes.
For their king.
Tabernacle, Passover.
For their king.
For their king. For the
my
feast, they do that.
Boy, I tell you.
Then, hey, there may be a situation where somebody say, hey, look, 3 times out the week, somebody better come over here and get these flyers so we can go to this Walmart over here and pass these flyers off. When you get through working your job, then you come work for the king.
To help build the king, build his paper.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying.
If there's a situation where somebody gotta say move from one building to another building, well, they're gonna need you to come up in there and move that stuff from them.
Wow.
You understand?
They get paid, don't they?
No.
Oh my God.
Also, you know, if you have a big enough place, you know, if you keep moving around in it and such and such and such and such, you know, eventually you're gonna have to clean that place.
You know what? They say all the time. I heard these people say you're doing it for Jesus, you're doing it for God, but look like God ain't getting that money.
Right.
Exactly. Look like Jesus don't need no money.
Right. And you know what got me? One thing I noticed, because you know, this place I used to go to, they were very hard on those Christians.
Oh man.
Very hard on those Christians, you know. But this was the thing. You know, if you go and you have to clean up that Christian church, you know they don't write you a check.
Yeah. Well,
if you say, well, hey, we need to go to the revival 3 counties over. Hey, Joe, ain't you a bus driver? Yeah. Well, look here. How much will you charge us to drive us over 3 counties away? And they're going to write him a check. You see that?
Yeah. But that other place where you talking about?
That other place, they calling these people all kind of the devil. But these people paying a man for his wages.
But they talk nice about the women, then.
No.
Oh my God. And they sit there and take that.
Listen, bro. What they're doing is they're using them as slaves. Whenever that captain that's responsible for creating the wealth for that particular organization, they're going to go through there, they're going to look, they're going to say who got what skills, and they're going to exploit those skills. Oh, you're in law enforcement.
Oh, man.
Oh, you've got a medical background. Oh, you're in IT. And they're going to exploit all of those different skills that the people have earned, and they're going to use it for their organization for free. Because you know, those officers that's standing outside over there at Creflo, if you walk up in there and you act like you ain't got no sense, you know he an actual law enforcement officer. But the difference between him and the place I was, Creflo write him a check.
And you know what, man? Because I'm going to tell you something. Some folks, they license to carry a gun, but they carry themselves like a security guard sometimes. You know? And that's what they, you know, and they're not a security guard. They don't have arresting power. They haven't been licensed to be a personal bodyguard, went through training to be certified to the state police officer standards test. It's called post. They haven't got there yet. So they're carrying weapons illegally. See, when you carry guns across the county line, it becomes felony. See, a lot of people don't realize. But what